We have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
23 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Thursday morning. A little bit chilly out there, 45 degrees. And our guest, Kirk Cameron, is not on the phone. But let me tell you a little bit about him. Not really about him necessarily. If he calls in the next, we got about 7 minutes to have a conversation with him, but we can ask him about himself. But he's part of a tour, a national marriage event tour called the Love Worth Fighting For Tour. And the reason why that might be of interest to you is because on Sunday, February 21st, that would be a week from this Sunday, right, Robin?
Yep.
Be a week from this Sunday. He will be at the First Baptist Church. The actor, Kirk Cameron, will be at the First Baptist Church of Ocala at 4 p.m. The church is located at 2801 Southeast Merricamp Road, and there is a website associated with the tour. It is loveworthfightingfor.com. And I was just looking at his bio a little bit, and this is one of those guys that we feel like we watched grow up. He's one of those famous people who became famous when he was just a child. I think it said in the bio, I think he said 9 years old. I think it was 13 when he got the role of Mike Seaver on the Growing Pains show. So we have watched him grow up. He's a nice-looking young man. I think he's 45 now, I think.
I think so.
I read right. So he's not a child anymore, and he's obviously very, very, very Christian. He's a very faithful guy. The Bible repeatedly uses the word father, husband, bride, and child analogies to demonstrate God's relationship with the church and its followers. There is no better example of the unconditional love God has for us than what we are instructed to have for our spouse and children. Building upon these themes, Love Worth Fighting For. Is this possibly him?
It could be him.
Should I go straight to it?
Go straight to it.
All right, I'm going to go straight to the phone line, and
Okay.
hopefully we have our guest on the phone, Kirk Cameron. Good morning. Who do we have on the phone?
Hey, this is Kirk. Is this Larry?
This is Larry. How are you?
Hey, Larry. I'm doing great. Thanks. How are you?
Good. You just missed us bragging about you.
Oh, man.
And
that could have been an awkward moment. So I'm glad.
That's okay. The lady you heard here laughing is Robin. So thank you
Good morning.
Thank you for being on the show. Where are you?
Thanks for having me.
Where are you right now?
I'm in Los Angeles.
So you're coming to Ocala.
I'm coming to Ocala on Sunday.
That is
21st.
cool.
Yeah, so we're coming there, and we've got this great marriage event that we're bringing. It's called Love Worth Fighting For.
Yeah. That's a wonderful message, by the way. It always breaks my heart when people who I love get divorced. I just hate that. And I always say, how's it possible? You two are both great people. How does that happen? You can't do anything. You know what was on TV? Not on TV, on the internet the other day? They were showing this not lost, but unused scene. Maybe you saw it from Mrs. Doubtfire. Did you happen to see that?
You know what? I've seen parts of it, but I never saw the whole thing.
Well, and this is just one of those things that was on the news. It said, they found some scenes that were never shown. But anyway, in a nutshell, it shows Robin Williams as his character, the man character, not the Mrs. Doubtfire character, and Sally Fields is his wife. And they're arguing, and they're yelling at each other, and the kids are watching it. And you feel for them. You say, oh, my gosh. If this was real, I would want them to make up and get on with their lives. But, of course, in that story, they never do. And in real life, people sometimes never do. So I guess I'm trying to thank you for what you're doing. I think you're going to save some marriages.
Well, my heart's in the same place that yours is. And, none of us go to the altar and say, I do, thinking this whole thing's going to blow up.
Right.
And we're going to split apart. But people often are not prepared for the challenges that marriage brings. Now, I don't know about you. I've been married for 25 years, which is something like 250 in Hollywood years.
Yeah, right.
Right.
And we have 6 children. So we've got a real full house, 3 boys, 3 girls, and they're 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, and 13.
Wow.
So we got a lot going on. But, I did a movie a couple years ago called Fireproof, and it was a movie that a lot of people could relate to because, like the scene you described, this couple was arguing. They were fighting. It was horrible, and they were going to get divorced. But then the husband's father stepped in and gave him some advice in the form of a book called The Love Dare. and it dared him to show unconditional love for 40 days to his wife, regardless of how she responded. And the process of trying to do that changed him. And once he realized the heart of what was wrong in his marriage, he could then begin to win back the heart of his wife. And these are the principles that we're going to be teaching in Love Worth Fighting For. And we hope to fill up the room and have people come and leave saying, that was the best date night we've had in years.
Oh, that is sweet. What a wonderful thing you're doing. How do you have the time to do this?
Well, I guess the answer is that it's important to me.
You made the time, yeah.
You make the time for it.
Well, you was somebody who was married 25 years with 6 children. Good for you. Well, I won't tell you you're a good-looking guy, but you are. I mean, we've watched you grow up, and so it's kind of like we're proud of you, if that makes sense. People who you don't know are proud of you.
I have people that I look to, and some of them I've met, some of them I've not met. But particularly, I think when you grow up, and there's somebody that sort of represents something honest or something true or something good. It's just you're thankful for those people. Sometimes it's a teacher, or maybe it's a parent or an uncle or a coach or a pastor or something like that. And I think Growing Pains was one of those television shows that people grew up with, and
absolutely.
And they say, it's not often that you see someone who's been captured or grabbed by something that's really going to be good and last. And so I'm thankful that I didn't go down the road of the drug addict and the guy who made all these choices for the moment, but decided to latch onto something that's true and good and lasting.
Well,
and
I think you're an inspiration to all of us, and especially to I was going to say the young people, but I think there's going to be a lot of people who are probably your age and 45. You're 45, is that right? I was reading. Okay.
45.
That's probably not such an unusual age for people to get divorced. I'm thinking that might be a common age. I'm thinking. I don't know, but I think you're right. And people watch so much Jerry Springer. You think that the first time you get into an argument, the next thing you do is you pick up a chair, throw it at him, and walk out the room. Right.
And what we want to say is, look, we're fighting for stuff every day. You're fighting for the job, for the promotion, for the parking space, for the coupons. And if we would just start fighting for the things that really mattered, maybe we would teach our kids something, and we could turn our families, our communities, our churches, and our nation down the right direction.
Wow,
really see blessing in the future.
You are refreshing, Kirk. It's an honor to be able to say we spoke to you on our show. I hope you have a safe trip to Florida. You're going to love the First Baptist Church of Ocala. They are wonderful people over there. And the building itself is just outstanding. It's beautiful. They built it, by the way, a little history. Their original building burnt down. I think it was arson, right?
Yes, it was arson.
Yeah, and then they rebuilt this beautiful church. You're going to be in it in a couple of weeks, week and a half.
Well, I hope I get a chance to meet you guys in person. Larry, where are you from? You're not from Ocala.
No, I'm from New York originally.
You're from New York, okay. I love your accent. I love accents, and I always ask people. My wife is from Buffalo, and so she's got this great little Western New York accent. It shows up only when she says words like sailing or just very strange little things.
Well, you know what I figured out? I figured accents are all about the vowels. Unless you're German, then you say Volkswagen or something. But
right.
Or Wasser instead of water.
That's great. Well, I appreciate you having me on your show. Keep up the good work, and I hope to see you and your listeners at Love Worth Fighting For.
Go to the First Baptist Church of Ocala. This will be on Sunday, the 21st, a week from this Sunday.
Yep.
It'll be 4 p.m. There's a website, loveworthfightingfor.com. Kirk Cameron, thank you so much for being on the air with us today.
Oh, thank you, Larry, and God bless you both. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We will be right back.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Because music stirs up strong emotions, it makes it easier for our brain to store information about that event. Showering less will definitely help most people's complexions because hot showers melt away the oils that seal in moisture and keep skin supple. Dogs are